My name is Sarah Scheld. I currently work for a training program that educates therapists and health professionals to facilitate MDMA-assisted psychotherapy as a treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder, such as in MAPS-sponsored clinical trials, the results of which are expected to make MDMA an FDA-approved treatment for PTSD. I've also healed from PTSD through non-ordinary states of consciousness, but like most people who are using these substances, didn't do so in the context of a clinical trial. I've been fortunate to travel out of the country to work with plant medicines legally. Because of my privilege, I've also had the freedom to experiment without fear of incarceration. When I first learned about this work about 8 years ago, I had struggled for years with a serious eating disorder after a significant date rape I'd suffered in college. Although I grew up in a medical family and had many resources available to me, Western medicine had not helped me, and as others have mentioned, is deeply lacking in trauma awareness. What did help me was the combination of intentional entheogenic work, somatic psychotherapy, and community support. Through all of the above, I've been able to gradually heal and begin to end the cycles of abuse against my body as a survivor of personal and intergenerational sexual abuse. Thank you. As well as the cycles of abuse against the earth and other people that I'd learned to dissociate from as a white person. I owe my embodiment, strength, and my capacity for trusting and loving relationship and to look beyond my own pain and my intimacy with the world to these medicines. I've been able to expand into life beyond the narrow world of trauma into participation in a way I never believed was possible. I'm now grateful to help others heal from trauma by working to make psychedelic-assisted therapy, particularly MDMA work, into a legal treatment. That said, not everyone who needs healing will have access to clinical trials or other legal forms of psychedelic therapy anytime soon. Again, this work has largely been a privilege and a luxury for people who can afford this financially and or can afford to risk in illegal activities. I believe that while a strong container in a medical setting can be appropriate for serious conditions like PTSD, these medicines can and should be held in community as well. I've had the honor recently of helping develop ethical guidelines for facilitators of MDMA work, which is part of a much broader process happening in underground and above ground spaces to expand ethical awareness. And I'm dedicated to protecting the safety of people who are choosing to trust and open themselves to a very deep, transformative process. If these practices are decriminalized, okay, thank you.
Your name?
I'm almost done.
Your name?
Sarah Scheld.
Thank you.
Are decriminalized, I believe it will make everyone safer. There can be more open conversation, more community structures of support, developing and committing to shared values. I volunteer to help with education of efforts on ethics and trauma-informed care here in Oakland. Our society is stuck in outdated survival strategies, intergenerational traumas, and are rattling our nervous systems and destroying our politics and capacity to empathize. These medicines, when used wisely, can be tools to help us come back to our bodies, to the present, to respond rather than react to a radically changing biosphere and culture. Thank you all for being such pioneers in this conversation. Thank you.